Well, welcome to this Making a Proper Summary for my class here in whatever class you may be taking. It could be New Testament Survey, Comparative World Religion, could be an introduction to logic, which is critical thinking, or you may even have my other class, which is Introduction to Ethics. So, any of these four, here's how to make a summary for me, not necessarily for everyone. Not everyone's looking at the same thing. And this is from a video you may watch, or an article you may read, or a chapter summary that I might ask you to do. This is what I'm looking for, okay? So there are 9 different things that I'm looking for in every summary. Yep, there are 9 of them, and I see them very quickly. Some of them are very simple. I can see them from a distance because they're about formatting. There are 2 things that are the most important are the first 2 things. They have to do with content and length. The rest of them, the 7, involve MLA8 formatting. This is the formatting style that the English department uses at LCC. It's also a style of writing that it's like KDL Turabian, close to Chicago. There's APA, there's other kinds of formatting for writing, and you'll see a different one in about every book you read, textbook and otherwise. There isn't a uniform formatting way of writing, but this is the way I want you to write for this class. This is college, so you need to do it this way. You will be punished if you don't. That is, I'll take off 20% of the grade if any one of these parts are wrong. So that'll catch your attention pretty quick. You'll start with an 80% and it'll go downhill from there. So the highest you can get if you don't format correctly on all your stuff is a C. But so I'm looking for these things in the MLA8 formatting area. I'm looking for the font style and size. I'm reading here the page number. It's very specific. Heading, the title, spacing, which is double, paragraph, indentation, and then there are citation rules. So at any rate, we're going to look at those. Just to say on content and citation rules, most things I don't need citations on, especially if we have a video or an article that I give you. You don't need to give me a citation of that. The video that I do, I know where it is. I know where you got it from because it's an assignment given to you to do this particular citation, or to do this particular video summary or article summary. First of all, I want you to write down in third person the information that you heard or read, okay? This needs to be in your own words, and I need to have enough information there that I can understand that you indeed did watch this and you understand it. If you don't understand the material, there's no point in trying to write a summary over it without fully understanding it. You'll be a better thinker if you understand what you're listening to and writing down. You can't just verbatim write things. But so watch it again. If you really don't understand something, you can get a hold of me through email and ask. Specific information is what I'm looking for in your summary. You need to get specific information from the video, put it in your own words, 1/5 of the length, and I'll talk about length a little bit on the next slide. But you need to get that specific information, put it in your own words. I'm looking for the main points of the content. I already know what all this stuff is. I either created it or have read it, taught from it for years. But I want you to be able to share with me that, oh yeah, this is what the main points are, so I can see whether or not you're getting this. The more you include, the more comprehensive it'll be, and the more likely you'll get a higher grade. Well done works that are comprehensive, I might even give a bonus. But I don't ever want to see first person. I don't care what you think, what you saw, what you liked, or what you hated. If you're confused about it, redo it. Don't tell me you're confused. Only tell me in third person what is in that. And what you're doing is you're not telling me your personal ideas. I don't want any assessment. Your analysis doesn't count. Your opinions aren't needed. Okay? I want you to share with me what's in that piece and then go forward. This is academic. I'm not trying to get you to, we're not having a discussion about it. I'm getting from you that you have watched, read this material, and I know you understand what's therein. And the more you write, the better you will become at thinking and at writing. Okay, your submissions should be about 1/5 of the length of the original. This is going to be in your own words again. So there are several ways to gauge the length. Okay, pretty simple. If it's worth 10 points, hey, one full page. It needs to be a pretty full page. Now there'll be times I'll ask for just, a sentence, but that'll be very clear. If it's 20 points, I'm looking for 2 pages. 30 points, 3 pages, so on. It's very clear like that. 10 minutes, kind of the same thing as 1 page. 20 minutes, I'm looking for 2 pages. If it's a 30-minute video, and yes, there may be some, a 30-minute video, I'll want 3 pages of material of your summary. So you need to garner information from that, take notes, stop it, write it. This is class. You're supposed to be learning this material, and this will help you become a better thinker. When you make it the proper length, you'll have a comprehensive summary of the source of the work you're using, and that's what I'm looking for. So, after you've gotten the good content and good length, I'm going to be looking at your style. Now, while you're writing in this, I'm looking for the font that you're using. So I'm going to show you from this particular slide the different kinds of fonts that are acceptable and not acceptable. Okay, we're looking for several MLA8 formatting issues. And again, just to reiterate, this is on font style, but I'm also looking at page, number, heading, title, spacing, paragraph. You need to indent, and then the citations. We'll go over those one by one. Your font style should first of all be in a sans serif font. That is, it doesn't have a serif. Aha! So far on this page, there's nothing that has one. If you don't know what that is, I'll show you. This is what a serif is. See the little platform that the T is sitting on? Up here, I'm looking for a T. There's no platform for that T. It's just a straight line. Here there's a little platform. There's a little platform for the N, for the R. That platform is called a serif. Really wide Latin. You can see the serifs are pretty clear. Now, and then the Baldani. I don't even know how to pronounce some of these things, but we're not looking for that. You can X these out. What we're looking for is just very clear, simple, easy on the eye text or fonts. And it's very easy on the eye. I use Arial almost all the time. You can use Calibri. These others, there may be others as well. I just don't want the little line things that go with everything that isn't normal in your writing. You don't put little platforms like that, even though it's in newspapers. That's what they've used for years. In this sans serif style, there needs to be font 12. I'm showing you what font 28 approximately is. I don't know if it looks that way there now where you're using it, but or how you're seeing the video, but size 12 is what it should be in your paper. Okay, so the style is sans serif. I would just, if you want to just pick one, use Arial all the time or Calibri. There might be others, but use something that's easy on my eyes, and then it needs to be size 12. Okay, and make sure nothing is bold. This sticks out like a sore thumb. You don't need to underline anything. No different colors in any of your fonts. Those are all no-nos. I'll count off for it. I'll point it out. Usually the first time I'll just take off a point or two, and then if I have to get on you twice about something, you're going to get the full 20% taken off every time. And I'll take the 20% off just for not having the proper page number. And I'm going to show you what the proper page number looks like on this page. It needs to be in the upper right hand corner of your page, way up here. If this is a page, and I've got a proper example for you here. Okay, This is a thing I wrote for making a proper paper. I believe it's online, and your page number should be right here. Francis Schmidt. These are actually this is the last name of my great grandfather. But nonetheless, you put your last name there, right, and type it in front of the number. You need to use the proper tool to insert it. This is in a header. The header is right there. You can't see it. It's invisible to the eye until you want to add a page number. And then you use the page number add tool to get it in there, and it'll be done correctly. And then the rest of the stuff should be looking like this, but we'll go over those correctly. So if you don't have your page number with your last name, you're in trouble. Just 20% worth, but nonetheless, any one of these, and the good part of it, you can mess all these up and it's only 20% off. Unless it gets too bad, I'll give you a warning and then we'll go from there. The heading. The heading is not in the header like the page number was, and I'll show you where the header is with this one. And it is double spaced. The heading is just like the rest of the paper. Everything's double spaced from the very top to the very end. And the heading will contain 4 different parts. Okay, these pieces of information start with your name on top, my name, or say Professor Beatty if you want, and then class, whatever class you're taking, describe it, and then the date that you make this submission. Okay, and this is what the paper will look like with the header being exposed. This line here, I'm putting in the page number. I had to take pictures of these things, and then this, if this stuff is up here, you're going to see it on every page. That's why only the page number is in the header. It's on every page. So if you submit a 10-page paper, the Schmidt 1, page 2, 3, 4, and on it goes, will be on every page, just like it needs to be. That way I can look above on that particular page and know who wrote it. And so the header is this part where the heading is not. The heading is below the header. It's in the main body of the paper, so it only shows up on the very first page. That's why I drew this up like you see here. Okay, the title. The title is the name you've given this assignment. You might come up with a creative name, or no, this is not a writing class. I don't care. You can say the article assignment if you want. Something simple that kind of guides to the assignment that it actually is. Centered and double spaced with the rest of the work. I'll show you what it looks like here, just like the one before, but I want to point out. So this is double spaced. In order to get double spacing, you have to highlight the whole paper and make sure it's double spaced. And this is no different. It's double spaced there, there, and so on. So it has that all through the paper. The only thing that's ever centered is this title and the title for your works cited page if you use one. Okay. On spacing, you need to double space throughout the whole paper. And in order to do that, you need to highlight the paper and then change the spacing mechanism therein. And here's what the whole highlighted paper should look like from top to bottom. Of course, I can only show you the first part of a first page, but notice it's all double spaced. Okay, the paragraph indentation. If you don't indent, it's very annoying to read. I read a lot of papers and I read a lot of other things. So I want to see an indentation, and that it's easier on the eye. First of all, I know that, oh, okay, they're starting a new thought. I see that coming to it because each paragraph should be indented. That is, this paragraph should be over a tab, which is usually 5 or 6 spaces or so, and then the next one would be tabbed at the proper place. And all these are separated by different talking points, different topics in the paragraphs. That should be kind of writing 101. I'm not into writing, but I don't like the non-indented writing that some people may turn in. So if you don't indent, I'll take off 20%. So that I point out here on your toolbar here, I believe it's right here, and then the body of the text. Those are the two places that should have been indented, or I would have. And I'm not going to judge you. Oh, that paragraph isn't perfect. I'm not worried about that, but I am concerned the fact that people turn in 2-3 pages worth of work and nothing is indented. It's hard to read and it's not done correctly. Be sure to correct your writing. Citations, most of your summaries don't need a citation. I give them to you, so if I give them to you, you don't need to worry about it unless I say otherwise. Citations, there are two parts to citation. One is the inline part. Look at that. Cool. Didn't know I could do that. That was a total accident. All right. Well, at any rate, your inline citation will be this. Will be on the text, and all of a sudden you'll have that right after the quote or right after something, as done here in the body of your work. You're quoted an author, use a part of their quote, and then you put their last name right there, and then you go on. That way I see that. And at the end of your work, then you're going to have a works cited page. And this is for especially world religion class. We'll have this at the very end of the year. We'll do a major paper. And there's no point in having a works cited page when you have nothing in the paper that's cited like this. If you don't have that, you shouldn't have this. But you should have this. And if you have this, you better have that. So it works both ways. There's two parts to citation, one in the text or in the body of the work, and the other one at the end called a works cited page. So when the works cited page, and in other times when I ask for your article, and when you pick an article possibly, watch out for that blue underlined beast. Your HTML and all that stuff will be underlined in blue if you don't correct that, and it won't be double spaced. You need to make sure they're double spaced. Okay, so that pretty much takes care of the way and what I'm looking for in articles, and especially in your summaries rather. So thank you very much. Let me know what you know, and that's what you're doing in summaries.